allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Paul?
Hello, and welcome to another episode of A Pathetic Podcast. I'm Christian, and I'm joined, as always, by that stupid bitch at the end of the table, Patrick. Hey, Patrick.
I've gotten really fucking used to you complimenting me, so I don't know if it's because we have people here now and you have a fucking audience to clown on me, dog. But
I've got to impress the children, fam.
But I guess to get started, what the fuck's up, YouTube? Welcome to another epic prank challenge. Before I get into this next prank, I want you to follow me on Twitter at ScentedGladbag. Please remember that this podcast has two purposes. Following at ScentedGladbag on Twitter.com, and also admiring Aaron Carter and trying to get him to follow me on the podcast. Also, we're drinking Coke Zero. We're not blurring it out. We're fathers. All of us are fathers of children.
I hope everyone who's watching enjoys half of Patrick's face because he won't scoot close to the child, so he's really nervous about getting sued and shit.
If we hugged right now, I would be hover-handing you in the picture so hard because I'm not trying to catch that. Listen, man.
I'm not trying to catch that case, fam.
I don't want someone to one day say, Twitter, do your thing, and it has something to do with me. So, I guess really to introduce you to our guests here, we have Olan the VibeMaster. We have Zane here. Zane, and actually, we have... Without realizing it, we actually have a smid bit of history that I didn't realize.
A tiny bit.
What the fuck is up, Fortnite? Today you're watching another review on Cart Night. We're going to be breaking edge today with me and Olan X Martin. Hello.
We're saying we passed through a city in Oklahoma a couple weeks ago, and it was called Tallahena, and for some reason it became like a second little Italy to us. And we're like, oh, fucking Tallahena me, huh? Are you Tallahena you?
And the whole bit was that it was a really big shock to us to find that we had very ethnic Italians in Tallahena,
like
Oklahoma.
People are like, yeah, dude, there's a lot of there might be a shitload of rebel flags in Oklahoma, but it's actually low-key diverse. Like, you wouldn't even...
Low-key.
Bro, low-key. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another Cot Night.
Today we're going to be trying out a new Jewel Pod, and we're going to be mixing the Cot Night flavor in it. We're going to see how it turns out. And if it turns out bad, it turns out bad.
Just dead.
Anyway, this episode is actually an intervention because Olan and Zane have been following Pat for too long on Twitter, and they're trying to catch on to his jokes, and I'm trying to tell them that they're young enough that they don't have to fall into this trap of Patrick's stupid jokes.
So here's the thing. There's a little bit of history. It's been less Zane. By the way, drinking iced Americano before this, so I'm talking fast as fuck. But there's been a history of jokes. Like there's been like the crab leg thing, and there's been like the fucking 90-90 thing. Only one.
Just one.
Just please, only one.
Only one.
No more. If I was served two, send this back to the chef, please. I'll take my refund. But anyway, I started doing this thing. It actually started on the one crab leg page where I started, anytime anybody said anything, I would just reply with hello. And so then I started saying it to everybody on anything on Facebook. And then Olan kind of absorbed it, and I was delighted because I saw other people doing it. And this is how with every shitty joke I do, I let it happen. I let a couple people start saying it, and then I can fade off into the shadows because they don't realize who started it. And I can just be like, good, yes.
And then I have to be really disappointed in him. That's kind of the dynamic.
Look, I know that we're older than these two, but you're a disappointed 48-year-old father.
I am. You didn't become a football star like I wanted you to, so I'm really pissed about that.
Like anytime I do something bad, you go.
That's my life. I have to suffer the consequences of your bullshit.
Holy shit.
Please, can we just you don't have to punish me. I'll never do it again. We'll have to talk to your mother about this.
We will. But yeah, we're making a lot of children jokes because thank you. Because Olan is literally turning 17 this week.
Yeah, I'm turning 17 on Wednesday.
Hey, fun fucking fact. I'm 27, almost 28. You were 7 when I graduated from Martin High School. Go Martin Warriors. Zane.
You know what's funny is that even though Olan's just now turning 17, he's been saying that he's 17 for like the past few months.
Dude,
that's why I was
because
confused.
he was 16 and a half.
No.
not 16. And so by being 16 and a half, that means that he's almost 17. And by being 17, that means that he's almost 18. And by being almost 18, by being 16 and a half, that means that girls that are of age and out of his age range can talk to him because he's almost 17, which is almost 18.
Well, and also in the state of Texas, 17 is the age of consent.
That is true.
That's a whole year chopped off that big doggy.
It's kind of unethical.
What, you mean a 47-year-old woman can't have sex with a 17-year-old and not be fucked up?
No, in Texas it's chill.
This is
very
news
chill
to me.
in Texas.
Yeah, it's pretty chill.
That's kind of low key.
Yeah, low key, you can fuck kids in Texas.
Low key kind of goes hard.
So okay, I guess just to to get into a little bit with these two, the first thing is Zane. Up until like a month and a half ago, I didn't realize that we played a show together when you were in Bullfighter a long time ago when we were in Township. No, he clowns on you for Bullfighter, but
I clown on myself for Bullfighter.
no, you don't.
I enjoyed Bullfighter. I don't give a fuck. I had fun at y'all's show, and I enjoyed your music.
See, the thing is that he never went to a show because he's a fake friend. And even on our last
high key,
our last show, there's some other band playing in Denton. And he went and saw their band, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to this punk show instead of seeing your last show."
No, I tried to leave, and Shona was like, "No."
Dude. Okay, here's the thing. Bullfighter, Zane, you and actually, we like a lot of the same music. I just don't listen to as much hardcore as you do. But whenever we played that show, I fucking hated the Dirty 30. And usually when we showed up there, I immediately would be like, all right, guess I'm having 7 beverages now to be able to play here. And so fucking, we played that show. We watched you, and I think like Golden Week played it, another really talented band. But we were like, these guys are having so much fucking fun, and everybody else here is miserable. So it actually made my night better. Because like even when we were playing, y'all were having like a fucking blast. So I was like, okay, cool.
And that's when we found out that we should stop playing music because we were like, damn, we can't keep up.
We can't have fun. And then later on, sorry, we'll get into Olan here in just a moment. But later on, you posted the famous Have Heart 2 recruitment status on the North Texas Hardcore page.
Now, let me say something about that, man. Like, yeah, it was funny what happened with it. But everyone's an asshole.
Dude,
like,
okay, good.
Straight up, like...
turn Olan's gain... not Olan. Turn Zane's gain down like a smidge, dude.
Like...
Fucking asshole.
I was the new kid in the hardcore scene, and I'm like, oh, perfect. Here's a hardcore group, and I'm some hardcore kid. I'm going to ask other hardcore kids to start a band. And so I was like, yo... I like melodic hardcore. Anyone want to start a melodic hardcore band? And everyone was like,
dude,
your first mistake was going to that group.
Hold on, wait. This is the thing. I would say a good chunk of the people in that group like that type of music. But you have to understand, especially being the new guy, it was literally just because it was something different. Everyone was like, "Damn, this is going to be so much fun." Nobody really meant that. That's why
we also need to explain what the group is.
Well, I'm about to get into that
because we haven't quite gotten to the.
But like, there's a Facebook group for North Texas Hardcore. The name changes all the time, and literally, if you're new there and you say hello, everyone's like, "Fuck you," and it's hilarious. And so, what sucked is I saw you post that status, and even I was fucking with you on it, and I was like, I had at some point messaged you, and I had to be like, "Dude, this is the way it goes. None of this is serious." And you're like, oh, okay, cool. And I literally, like, you've adapted to that very well because they'll keep bringing, dude, there was one time, there's so much shit that gets brought up on me from back in the day because I will join that page years ago. And first time I ever hung out with any of them, I was playing in a band called Hindsight. And I was with Jimmy Green, and he took me to a Denton party, and it's the first time I met any of the people in the Denton hardcore scene. And before we got there, he's like, look, man, they're going to give you a really hard time. They don't mean it. If you just do it back, then it's just, and those people are still my friends today. So it's like, that's why I was trying to message you. But the weird thing about Olan is people give it to you constantly, and you just like today I sent you that permission slip, and you said, I'm 5 minutes away, I can't do that. It's just so matter-of-factly, and I was like...
and I'm going to go ahead right now and edit in the permission slip on the video version so you guys can see. We made sure to get permission so that Olan could be on the podcast.
And I'm his stepdad, so I'm able to sign it off. You can check our Facebook.
I just like spit out all my
family status.
All my Coke Zero.
Facebook official. He's my stepson.
What I love about that status, going back to it, is that whenever you posted that, it stuck, and for like 4 months, it was like the #1 post on the page. And then a year later, I don't remember, somebody commented on it and brought it back up. It was like a 1-year anniversary, and it's just funny.
It was Zoe.
Yeah.
And I was like, I saw that she commented on something. I posted something the other day, and I was like, okay. And I went to go check it, and it was that status. And I was like, oh, God damn it, this is back. And then everyone else started commenting. And now it's almost like a year old, so I know someone's going to comment on it and be like, happy 1
Yeah,
year.
well, do you know who that's going to be? It's going to be
gonna
me.
you, yeah.
Because I would be like, I remember I commented at one point, I said something like, hey, it's like 3 months later, I'm like, has everyone had a good quarter? And the status said, yo, I'm looking for a drummer for a more melodic/youth crew band, FFO, Have Heart, Verse, Sinking Ships. Got just about everything else. Hit me up if you're interested or know someone else who'd be down. Sorry if I read that wrong. Not wearing my glasses. They're foggy because I'm fat and it's hot.
That
It's
post,
so fucking hot in here.
that post literally made everyone else who was like down for it just be like, nah.
The people who would normally be down for it were like, instead, because you got to know, dude, the way that works is they were like, oh, hell, it would be so much more fun to join the clown train on this. And dude, I'm sorry if anything hurt your feelings, but participated.
I will
it
say,
was funny.
I will say though, if it makes you feel better, and this goes for you too, Olan. Anytime that you see somebody on that page give you shit about something, just close your eyes and imagine that person alone in their room dancing to "Homesick" by A Day to Remember, because they all
did.
definitely
They fucking did. And
1,000%.
No, the thing that I just imagine is, at the time, I was the youngest in the group. Now Olin's the youngest. But I just imagine, like, I think I was 19 at the time, 19 or 20 when I posted that, something like that. But I just imagine, like, some, like, 26, 27, 28-year-old alone in their room just...
Pat.
Hey, you know who that was?
At Santa
Me.
Gladback.
That was
1,000% at Santa
one of the-
Gladback.
Santa Gladback on Twitter.
Yeah, I was about to say, one of the biggest people that were doing that was at Scented Gladbag on Twitter.com. And if you want
Unscented
to...
Gladback.
If you want to duke it out in the backyard after this.
Dude, if we just... Hey, what if I was just like, hey, man, let's settle the score. Have a cup of coffee.
I think most of it I didn't really like take offense to. I think it was the only person that like actually pissed me off on there was I thought his name was Theo at the time, but
Jimmy Green.
yeah, because he said something on there like "fuck this kid, I'm bringing bullying back to DFW hardcore," and I was like,
What's funny, man, is like he does that for his own entertainment. He's actually a great fucking guy. I've known him literally most of my life.
yeah, like
Whoops.
I
Oh, is
think-
there Coke Zero all over yourself now?
No, I'm just so fucking sweaty.
Dude, you're not
It's not
even
even
fat,
hot.
dude. How are you? What is your fucking problem?
Jesus.
And you wore a fucking dangly earring. If you had watched my podcast, you would. Oh, sorry, his podcast. I'm just on it,
Bullshit.
dude. If you had watched previous episodes, I talk all the time about dangly ear music. I talk about long T-shirt music, and you show up here wearing a dangly earring and wearing an independent shirt, which you weren't even born yet when that was cool.
Dude, I skate. It's okay.
Cyclical. It's okay. It's back, but.
This is the most targeted episode of the fucking
Listen,
podcast,
hey, you know
I
what?
swear to God.
Fuck you guys. Fuck y'all.
you know, back in my day, we saw a kid with the dangly earring coming up to 1919. We beat the shit out of that motherfucker. And now he's on this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of those people, I was telling him earlier about how Cedric and I used to not like each other because Cedric would troll me so hard, and when I was a teenager, I would take the bait. And it's so funny now because I'm just like, I so don't goddamn care. Hey, Zane, let's see how that works out for you. Hey, are you an NPC on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater? Because your name is Zane. Oh, Olan, are you a character on a Nick Jr. show? Because your name is Olan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He has these really, it fucks me up because you have these really dry responses that I can tell where you're coming from on it, and it pisses me off because I laugh very hard about it. But anyway, where the fuck are we going with this shit, man?
You
We're
can't.
going anywhere with this.
Cedric is the type of dude to where like you can't really say anything to him without him like finding a way to like just come back and make you feel kind of dumb about it.
Then here's the beauty, do it back because
Oh yeah, Cedric's really easy to like clown back on though. Like
I love that guy. Him and Jimmy Green are both really, really good dudes that will throw punches for their own entertainment.
Oh yeah, like I think at this point, Jimmy Green and I are good. I don't know. I haven't really talked to him, but
y'all were never not good. He just fucks with you, dude. Y'all were never not good.
We've had so many conversations with him where the conversation starts, yeah, I've known you for X amount of years, and for the first 4 of them, I thought you fucking hated me.
Oh, also, Zane and I went to the same high school, and I was like, what year did you graduate? What was it, like 2016 or something?
2017.
And I was like, God, I graduated that school in 2010, had a fucking flip phone.
Yeah, I think that you were trying to be like, yeah, did we ever be at, or were we ever there at the same time? But
I was like, oh, much younger. My hair's gray. And I'm only 27. I feel so fucking old with y'all.
You are old.
I think my dad's like 50.
Dude, my dad was 34 when I was born, so my dad's like 65 or something. But
Olin thinks he's really cool because he started going to punk shows when he was like 13.
I never said I was cool.
No, that is cool. Don't worry about it.
But
I believe it.
it's not because his dad like literally took him out. Like that was
my
like
dad took
go
took
to
me
this punk
shows.
show, you're grounded type of shit.
No, I would regularly
Listen to
get
this
grounded.
Descendants record or you're grounded.
I would regularly get grounded from going to shows.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, bro.
hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have a bitch
So
of a time
fucking
editing
sad,
this. I'm going
dude.
to zoom in on all you motherfuckers burping this whole time.
Dude, it's the Coke Zero.
I know.
Coke Zero really do be hitting now.
So one thing I want to hold on, get a grip. One thing that I wanted to backtrack to is I was talking about how, like making a shitty joke happen and then other people pick it up. There's something that you started doing that got you kicked out of some Facebook pages, which is start shit posting about vibing. And every fucking time I'm laughing. Zane probably wasn't because he was mad that it was funny. It is funny.
No, it is funny.
Sometimes I clown you on Facebook.com, Zane X Daniel, and you'll not say anything, or you'll be like, well, and I'll be like, you know that was funny. Like you at least like. Like
No, the thing is like you'll say something funny. I'm just like, God damn it! Like it is funny, but like.
Do you know how much I'm on the receiving end of that, and I love it.
Sometimes I see him just like scrolling through his Twitter feed, like someone's just clowning on him on Twitter, and he knows it's funny. He just goes.
No, the thing is that most of the time Pat's funny, but like the thing is like these like crazy psychopath core kids will like come at me.
Well, like ICP fans, crazy psychopath, psycho.
No, they're like more like.
Sorry.
It's like Houston beatdown kids, and like for some reason
Well, they don't count.
but they think that they're so funny. I don't know.
Dude, but here's the thing, like, embrace the fucking meme, and also, you cannot get mad about that if you put out that fucking Bud Light tweet that went viral, and you knew that you were gonna, like, you were doing that, you literally have to know, I'm gonna get clowned on eternally by the hardcore scene for this, so you open yourself up to it, so you cannot
really
get upset
did.
about it. You literally can't get mad about it.
They're hating on my success.
No, nobody's saying,
That's all I gotta
Shut the
say.
fuck up.
nobody's saying, no,
They're plotting my downfall.
you didn't, I deserve so much more followers than you on Twitter.com, and you do the Bud I'm about to redo your tweet exactly, and see what the fuck happens. And I'm gonna literally, I don't have enough hair left to bleach, but I was like, I was gonna bleach my hair, I was gonna two-step, I was gonna shoot a Bud Light can and be like, yeah.
Thing is like that video, it's a satirical video.
No,
Like,
I
it's
knew
It's
that.
not meant for anyone to take seriously.
Nobody
People,
did, I don't think.
I
No,
think some people
dude,
like
so
took
many-
it seriously.
The thing is like, I have so many replies and so many like quoted tweets of people being like,
Is that a real gun?
"This ain't it," or "Is that a real gun?" or like, "This just." I really hope that this wasn't serious. Like, just people like with sticks up their asses being like, "Oh, this is like the worst, literal worst thing ever."
No, dude,
Wanna
you
hold
gave them the option to do so, but they knew, like, just like with that one guy who did it years ago, who was like straight edge wearing, I think, a face mask and like was smashing Sam Adams cans into the ground. People know it's satirical, but you're still going to get shit for it.
Listen, the only way to avoid all of this is to pull what I like to call the Poteet's three-step plan to
Pajama Slammer?
Avoiding jokes. Number 1, have social media profiles. Number 2, literally never post on them ever.
Dude, I have
Number
so
3,
much fun online, though.
lurk super hard on the hardcore page so you know all the jokes. So whenever you see people in person, you could be like, "Ha, I know that joke."
Hello.
That's
Hello?
it. That's all you got to
Hello?
do.
Hello.
Straight vibing.
So the shit that I see Olin get shit for is like 5 or 6 years ago, stuff that used to get me kicked off the hardcore page all the time because I would just keep doing it. And at some point, everyone was like, "Dude, fuck you." And then at one point, everyone's like, "Oh, that's been like 5 years. Yeah, that's just Pat." And it worked out. Now I've gotten old and I've calmed down a lot. So really, I'm much less of a fucking shit poster. But I'm just like, at some point, maybe because I'm saying it, they won't. Maybe he'll be ostracized forever. But at some point, or until he gets an office job and hates his life and cracks open a 12-pack every Friday night.
To be honest, though, we keep talking about them getting shit on the pages, but I'm really surprised that you and I don't get a lot more shit because we're basically the fucking goth kids from South Park.
No, dude,
IRL.
You didn't believe me earlier when I told you I used to be that kid, and then I was like, no, dude, like I used to get kicked off the old pages all the time, mainly by Cedric, and nobody found it funny, but I did, so I was laughing at it. And if you have to be able to laugh at yourself, but I think at some point people realize that what are you gonna do? Give me shit, and I go, oh no, you don't. You know, like I just, whatever. I am what I am.
Moment of silence for Cedric's straight edge tattoo.
Hey man, do you realize that at some point we might be moment of silencing you for your straight edge period?
Dude, I've already made it past 21. Like, if you make it past 21. Statistically
talk to me when you're 25.
Yeah, I was about to say usually. So there's an
like
age
the real
range.
big cutoff.
We've known so many people. We're not saying y'all aren't, and props if you do. Olin, stop ASMRing on the goddamn mic, you fucking child. Dude, next time the permission slip is real.
I'm just straight vibing.
Dude, stop. Dude, you are not going to come on the pod. You're not going to vibe on the podcast. Sorry, everybody. Olin.
Jesus Christ.
Olin. Oh, quit fucking vibing on the podcast, dude.
Yo, you're like straight killing the vibe, honestly.
Dude,
like,
and that's the goal because I didn't ask you to come vibe on my fucking podcast. Vibing is reserved for that Facebook event that says vibing outside Olin's house.
Dude, you can't
Yo, shout out VibeFest 2019, November 23rd. Shit's actually happening.
That's so funny. That's so fucking funny.
I'm really excited to take a still of my face from whenever you guys were just screaming into the microphone, and I have to fucking edit all of that.
The thing is, man, normally I don't like to get loud. I like to be a calm guy. But, like, you know, Zane's here having a conversation. Christian's here having a chat. I'm talking about things. And Olin is just vibing on the pod. You're going to come on our podcast. You're going to be invited on our podcast.
You invited me onto the podcast, and it's, like, damn near common knowledge now that I will vibe anywhere I want.
It would be so easy to come and be a real human being on this, but you had to come. You had to show up and start vibing on the fucking.
I have two sides, you know, nicest guy, you know, and twisted fucking psychopath.
I love those like split images. It's like some dude in a fucking fedora or whatever, and it's like I have two sides. What twisted fucking
psychopath and nicest guy you know. That's like when we were talking about that band Left Behind with their country club merch versus having a fucking hatchet with Left Behind on it, and the next thing you know, it's gonna be like they're gonna have an AR-15 with Left Behind on it, and then that Orthodox band is gonna come in on it and start selling like grenades or something.
Didn't I Am do like a knife at some point?
So we talked about that on. I don't know if you watched the episode that Andrew came on.
I watched part of it, or I listened to part of it.
So being around for so long, I've seen so many legitimate people get hurt fist fights over dumb shit at shows where you're like, oh, a bunch of unstable kids who fight over nothing, let's sell them knives at the show. But it was kind of cool because Andrew has enough clout now to be like, yeah, Unearth told me to cut it out, and I was like, that's kind of cool. But I'm just like, yeah, let's sell these kids who maybe, I don't know, push somebody into a merch table at a show. Maybe let's
hold on.
Maybe let's sell them knives. But yeah, I mean, for the record, we went to a show at Central Arts Bedford, and it was One Step Closer. And the way I first noticed this guy is two things happened. Didn't let One Step Closer sing any of their own lyrics. Demanded the microphone the whole time. And other thing, either was pushed into or pushed a guy into the merch table. I was like, oh shit, what's happening? I was just
it was
no,
during.
he pushed the guy. He wasn't pushed.
Yeah. It was during Fist of Fury. They played like right after One Step Closer, and like the breakdown came on, and I was trying to mosh.
Crazy.
Yeah, I went fucking insane.
Twisted fucking psychopath.
But this kid, I've never seen him before. And he just started grabbing onto me, and I just kind of pushed him away. And I was like, no. And I started moshing again, and he grabbed onto me again, and I just kept moshing, and he kept grabbing onto me. So I just kind of threw him.
To me, it looked more like he was moshing and you were moshing, and then y'all's mosh kept on colliding. And instead of being like, let me stop moshing.
That's a much more accurate
Let me stop moshing.
I felt like
let me stop moshing and walk away and then mosh in a different space. But instead, you're like, nope, I'm going to throw this guy. Because anywhere you throw someone at Central Arts, it's gonna be bad.
It's
if
like
you
a
throw
20
them in,
by 20 room.
yeah, the walls are so fucking frail. Like, so you're either gonna throw them into the merch table, or you're gonna knock over one of those like movable walls. So like, or you're gonna throw them into the bin. So either way, it's just
Hold on.
a lose-lose situation,
Hold on.
and you're just stupid.
I apologized after.
Well, good, you apologize.
That makes it better.
Because you thought you were getting grabbed, but it was really just a human Beyblade situation, and you guys were running into each other, and then you said, "Oh, I'm gonna throw this fucking guy to the table, huh?"
Are you gonna mosh into me? I'm mosh into you, huh? How you like that?
Oh, speaking of which, Zane, are you from the Northeast or something?
No. I was born and raised in Arlington, Texas.
How the fuck, dude? You literally don't sound like you have like almost an accent. Like you talk normal, but it sounds like you're from the Northeast or something.
It's because most of my family's from Maryland.
Oh, okay, now it makes sense.
Like my mom has this weird voice to where like she'll say some things with like a northern accent and some things with a Texas
southern
accent.
drawl.
Like she'll be like, "Yeah, you just read your Bible." And I'm like,
There's
what?
sweat like dripping down my arm.
Oh,
Why is
and
it
we
so
fucking get that you're sweaty.
It's not even hot.
Dude,
Dude,
oh
like,
my god, we
this.
get it. You're
Look at
so
it.
sweaty.
Look
Dude,
at it.
you weigh 90 pounds maybe.
Look at it.
I see that.
That's
Well,
disgusting.
you're talking to two very large old men that do this shit every week.
I'm perpetually sweaty and also a different shade of red at all times.
50 Shades of Pat.
50 Shades of Pat. That's my
That's a good Twitter name.
That is a good.
No,
That's free.
Shit, you know what's better? Scented glad bag.
That's Scented glad bag. You heard it here
Unscented
first,
glad
folks.
bag.
There's two things Twitter related that actually was a great transition. The first thing is I finally gave myself a name on Twitter, the main name, and the way I found this font is I typed in e-girl Twitter font, and immediately it came up with like this shitty old English. So I made Scented glad bag with that, and I put chains on either side because I'm selling content. And then fucking Aaron Carter update. So I have now got somebody that is followed by Aaron Carter on Twitter.com. Follow at Scented glad bag on Twitter.com. I got them to DM Aaron Carter because being followed by him opens up his DMs. DM them my metal cover of How I Beat Shaq saying you really should follow this guy. And I'm hoping that's the current update, guys. Again, I'm still 27. We still have 5 more years, but before and some change before I fucking play in traffic if he doesn't interact with me.
I will say too that Pat has been texting me a lot more recently, and it's all about how he's really hurt that Aaron Carter won't follow him on fucking Twitter.
I think I tweeted a couple days ago, fucked up as fuck that Aaron Carter has not followed me yet. And it was a funny bit at first, but now I realize that it's becoming a bit of a schizophrenic thing, and it's okay. I'm going to keep at it, and everyone's going to be like, I might lose a follower or two.
Well,
Okay.
He's doing it again.
you know, going back to the whole like e-girl font thing, it was funny. The other day I was on Twitter.com and I saw a post that Pat made with his new e-girl font and chains, and right under said post was someone who had the same e-girl font and chains, but it was unironic. And I just thought it was like, because it was like the exact same chain emoji, same font, same like spacing and everything. And I was like, did he just like completely rip her off? Or, like, was she the one that he was making fun of? And I just thought that it was funny that her post was right below it.
When you sent me that screen cap, I was like, this makes me a fucking asshole, by the way. This makes me, but typically, if I'm making a joke about something, it's a joke from a distance about something I've actually observed. And so, dude, enough with the fucking vibing. But it's usually based off something that actually exists. And like, so that's when I sent you that. I was like, yeah, man, usually I just make fun of stuff that I've actually, like, that is based on truth. One more Twitter thing. If we can just slap the Yellowbird logo up there real quick. This is not a sponsorship. They did not pay me to do this, but I wanted to shout out Yellowbird because on Twitter they sent me a nice little packet of sauces.
and we're gonna be putting it on each other's dicks and trying
Listen,
it out.
Olin's got like a week more until we can do that because we're in Texas.
Hold on.
You want to
get some?
Yeah, you should taste some.
Yeah, taste one or taste some. I don't.
Yeah, let me taste one.
Oh, hey, I didn't mean to
Is
cuss.
it already open?
No, you might have to open it. I just got this yesterday.
Blue agave sriracha. That's kind of badass.
You know what's also badass? Not you. Shut the fuck up.
Damn, you on.
Damn, he
No laughs.
straight up.
Pat, let me get that ghost pepper one. I
Yeah.
want to try the ghost pepper.
Holy shit, they got a ghost pepper one? I also want to try that.
I didn't laugh because he got nay-nayed on, and that was really.
It was a sad moment.
Remember when
So
Olin
I'm
nay-nayed on
trying
Zane?
the ghost pepper condiment from Yellowbird. Thank you
insane.
again, Yellowbird, for sending these over to us. We
Yellowbird,
love
I
you.
love you guys. Y'all are the best ever. And again, if I'm going to make clips of this later, they sent me this little sampler box. Has one of each of a mini bottle of each one of their sauces. I'm a huge fan of this company because they're from Texas. Met with them a couple times at Zest Fest, and they're just really nice, really good people.
I had them at Spiral.
Yeah, and their stuff is at Spiral. What if it wasn't vegan? What if it was like made from animal fat and they just Spiral didn't know?
This is nice.
The trick to vegan food is that they don't tell you it's not vegan. So you can go and you claim you're vegan, but you're not.
Okay, this is the blue agave sriracha. We're gonna be doing a taste
I
test
can't
of it.
open it.
God, give me that shit. Give me the goddamn. Can you open it?
That shit's really good.
Hey, try
I
this
opened
one. It's
it.
really good.
Is that the habanero condiment's my
Oh,
favorite
that
one.
smells like...
Ghost pepper.
Right in the gullet.
Right in the gullet.
Right in the
That's good
kisses.
too.
That's my favorite one.
Oh my god.
What is
What's
it?
that one?
Oh.
Let me try
Oh, hey, great. We're in a closed room with no circulation, and it smells like garlic.
Blue agave sriracha.
This is the habanero.
Ugh.
It's spicy.
This
It's
one-
good.
How about, I was gonna say,
It
how
tastes
about that
good.
fucking hot sauce ASMR, dude?
Oh my god, I just slobbered all over myself.
Well,
This
like,
is also tasty.
there's a couple companies. Actually, Texas is really like it's the only. Like I go to these hot sauce. I go to these fucking get-togethers, and it's a bunch of companies that are usually older people. But Austin, Texas, has a bunch of young people making good stuff. I've never tried this one.
The ghost pepper one, it's surprisingly... it's less hot than the habanero.
It's got a nice like taste to it though. I could tell this like the citrus. I read the label.
Yeah.
It's got citrus. I
The
could
citric acid.
yes, I could taste the citric acid.
The molecular crystallization of them.
Story about citric acid. One time we were at a pho restaurant with, it was me, Olin, and two of our friends. And one of our friends really sucks with spicy food. And for whatever reason, he was like, I'm going to get medium spice. And he got medium spice, and it was way too spicy for him. And he's like, I'm going to put lime on it. And then Olin was like, well, actually, the citric acid of the lime is going to make it. And like,
It's supposed to make it better, though. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, this isn't my fight. This
Hello.
Hello.
This is the Serrano.
Can I try that one?
Dude, there's no way you grew up here because here's the Serrano.
My mouth is like filled with my own saliva.
Can't say condiment without condom, am I right?
Hello.
This is the Japolino.
This one's a Serrano.
You guys are a fucking mess. This,
This is a really good podcast, man. We're really good at podcasting. You feel me?
dude. What the thing is, like, we're bad at it. Sometimes it's funny, and then I bring someone who vibes the whole goddamn time.
Oh my god, this one's so weird. I like it though.
I don't like green pepper sauces in general, but I like that one a lot.
I like it though.
I like it though.
This shit's good. I want to take it all home.
I'm gonna take it. I am
I'm
going
taking
to
it all home.
I
wanna
normally
try
don't
the
fuck with
sriracha.
jalapeno
Try the
very much, but I
sriracha.
like that jalapeno.
No, let me
condiment.
drink more
I'm
of the
surprised the jalapeno
Sriracha.
one's good.
This is my third gulp of the Sriracha because it's that good.
I want more. I want it.
Okay, so you guys really fucked up my Yellowbird plug, but either way, Yellowbird.
Hold on.
Yellowbird!
Just everybody be quiet. Let Pat do a Yellowbird plug real quick.
Yellowbird, thank you so much for the care package. I love you guys a lot. Y'all are my favorite in Texas, and so
Next meme.
I don't want you to
you guys
eat
want
it
to
all.
know something funny? When Zane fucking clapped, the thing paused. So I'm pretty sure that Zane fucked up the podcast.
well, did we resume it now?
Yeah, I went ahead and resumed it, but I wanted everybody to know that Zane fucked the podcast up.
At least it was
Don't have him
My
back here.
apologies.
at least it was 10 seconds of just bullshit, and it wasn't.
He spilled like coffee before the podcast, and then
No,
now
that
he's
was
Oh,
clapping.
well, that's a big twist. Also, I know you guys are Edge, so just so you know, this is a beer pong table. We're currently
like Zane's watch starts fading. Are you both wearing?
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
So there goes the Edge watch because there goes the Edge
Star
watch.
Wars bed. Okay, so I'm about to do something with the Yellowbird sauces that no man has ever thought of doing. I'm going to try each one of them at the same time, but I can't squeeze them all in my mouth at the same time.
Well, do you want some help? We can all just kind of take one.
I mean, that works.
We can all just kind of...
Well, this is going to be difficult.
Here,
I'm not reaching over. Y'all just kind of... Y'all... Ugh.
I don't even think it can get in there.
Just so much.
That shit's good altogether.
No, actually, like, their stuff all kind of has a similar, like, God, this is so... Dude, there's so much...
So much hot sauce.
Yellow fucking bird!
See, I don't...
Stop doing
They're not going to retweet that, man.
And now I just have to fix you fucking peeking the microphone. So.
Yeah. Stop doing that.
Hello?
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 Hello? Pat's pulling up his notes. Why don't you have your notes?
I already went over most of them, but I wanted to be like, so one thing that is weird is how are, as two people that are super active either at the shows or on the page, how are y'all both not in a band right now?
Well, actually...
Oh, I thought you both were in bands.
I'm not.
Owen's not because he doesn't play any instruments.
Don't play any instruments, yeah.
Dude, it's fucking hardcore.
Yeah,
just
he can holler,
just
dude.
do power chords for fucking 20 minutes.
He doesn't even...
Got a record.
I don't want to.
He just wants to do vocals.
I don't want to do either right now. I just want to like hang out.
He just wants to get titty pics from
I just want to straight vibe.
Like I don't have time for practice, man. I gotta quit the band. I kind of want to just vibe.
I just want to sit around, kind of vibe.
I'm in a band though called Allegation, and
you're in right now.
Yeah, I joined them like about a month ago, and I'm doing guitar for them, but we're also working on a little side thing. It's going to be like, I guess, some youth crew type
/
of shit.
melodic hardcore for fans
Yeah,
of
it's
Have
going to
Heart.
be FFO, Have Heart, FFO, Sinking Ships, FFO, you
Yellow
fucking
Boy.
mom. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck. Nobody that grew up in Arlington, Texas is ever going to, hey, shut the fuck up. And not like...
You fucking mom.
Hey, I'm walking here. Hey,
Yeah, you're supposed to literally be like, yep.
New York be like, boyga.
Boyga.
Yeah, okay, shut the fuck up. Let me eat my boyga.
Where's the Beyond boyga?
Yeah, basically be on the lookout for
we're thinking about
FFO
things.
Have Heart band coming from FFO Allegation, FFO Hate Breed.
My tongue hurts.
Well, I mean, lots of spicy stuff. I don't. My backyard is literally a shitty pepper farm. I love spicy shit.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
your Facebook profile pic for a while was just you holding peppers,
looking angry in a Fist of Fury shirt. When I bought that shirt, at the night that you obliterated that guy.
Okay.
Olan versus the merch table.
Dude, he straight up Olan grabbed the guy.
Hey, that's the title. That's the title of this episode, by the way. Olan versus the merch table.
Can we put a picture of a merch table like on the green screen every time we bring up that show?
Dude, so I'll put a picture of the merch table up on the screen.
It's gonna be like Taylor Swift's merch table. Though.
Oh fuck yeah!
It was like this. I swear. Olan was like, oh, and he grabs the guy by the collar, and he's like, I swear to God, and he just blasted him into the thing.
And then look at this fucking guy. What's he supposed to do when the guy comes back from the merge table? Because this dude's a stick. He's lucky that like other people stopped the fight, and then that one dude was like, "Look, I don't want any problems."
Oh yeah,
That was fucking, so I was gonna say that was Brendan, and he comes up and grabs you and goes. And that was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
When that happened, we were laughing so hard because we're very good friends with Brendan. So it's just funny to see him dad the fuck out of somebody else.
He was like so mad. It's just his face immediately. He was like vibing to the music, and then he went.
I've seen him.
He grabbed me by the shirt, and he was like, "I don't want any problems." And that's just been a running joke between me and Zane now because he was just like angrily grabbing me by the shirt, being like, I don't want any problems.
No, like I love Brendan, but I've seen him in more metalcore show fights than anybody else I know. He's been in a shitload of. Riley was in a lot of them back in the day too.
Oh
man.
yeah, I had to stop Riley from like fighting I think like Owen Edge one time or some shit like that at a fucking like indirection show or some shit like that.
Was that the one that we were saying where he like looked at Riley and he was like,
yeah, he did one of these.
I've gotten word,
finger across the neck.
I've been told that he is chilled out a lot and he's a lot different now. So that's great if so. But I did text him when that number was left on the.
Oh man.
Because that corn dog post I think was before y'all were around even, and fucking it was
when we were in diapers.
When y'all were in diapers, you small baby children. But it got posted. It was just like this. We just clowned on it for a long time. So I got that number whenever that update was sent, and I said, like, "Yo, what's up?" or something. Or I said, "Corn Dog Life," and he was nice about it. He was like, "Hell yeah, that's what's up. Who is this?" And I said,
It's Olan and Zane. I didn't know what was going on, so I was just like, "Yeah, he's just clowning on me like everyone else."
Dude, that shit was. Dude, I sent that, and I was nose exhale laughing so good. I was like, I literally go.
Oh man, I'm feeling that blue agave sriracha coming back through my nose.
When Owen was born, he'd be like,
came out the womb, fucking vibe, and shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
So when did you move here from fucking, I don't know, New Hampshire? Back in 98, da baby. What fucks me up is like, you were born in what, 2000? What
2002.
I vividly remember 2002. I
don't.
I remember in 02 being like, yo, Simple Plan is so tight all the time.
So sick.
I was 4
hitting up
years
Sam
old.
Goody, going to Parks Mall, hitting up Sam Goody.
Dude, Suncoast, dog.
Hell yeah.
Oh, one thing I was going to ask about, and I guess Zane's going to know about them, is I was thinking about artists that maybe y'all aren't even going to know who they are. Dude,
Are you just gonna drink the fucking hot sauce the whole episode?
If this is this is a testament to how good Yellowbird sauce is, because this whole time they've been drinking these sauces, and they're like, at least one of them is going to be empty by the end of this, because it's good. And you can even eat it by itself. We talked about chugging a whole bottle, and since I didn't have to do it, I'm letting them drink it all.
Yellow.
Does that mean I can put my mouth on it?
I mean, go for it. I don't care. The good thing about that stuff, dude, is it's actually really cheap at the grocery store. Like, you can get a big bottle of the habanero one for like $3.
I just got like all spicy gas. Like it was
spicy gas.
I saw a Whole Foods on the way here in this gentrified area, so I'm definitely.
I want to go to Whole Foods. Can we go to Whole Foods after this? Get some Sammys.
TTLA with some.
Where the fuck is there a Whole Foods over here?
I think he's talking about that like the other bougie grocery store down the road.
There's a Market Street up the road.
It's the same thing.
Really?
It's a fucking same thing.
Do they got like
it's like the same
a
shit.
deli?
It's the same.
I'm sure they got a deli.
Do they got vegan options? Because like I go to Whole Foods like all the time.
Does the Whole Foods one have vegan options?
Yeah, they got like different sandwiches.
The LA.
Dude, I went to, there was a period of time I wasn't vegan, but I was vegetarian for like a year, and I lost a shitload of weight when I was, but every time we went anywhere to eat with anybody, they were always like, oh, Patrick. Because it's like, and dude, there's options now, but there was no fucking like Impossible Whopper. There was nothing. So I was having to eat the same fucking thing. Like, hey, do you, like every restaurant would be like, hey, do you have like beans or something? Like I can, and it's funny because half those people were quest workers that are all now like vegan and shit themselves because there's more options.
I think I'm the only one who hasn't had a vegan or vegetarian spell because I don't give a shit about anything.
No, it wasn't even
hardcore, man.
At the time, I just wanted to see if I could do it.
See, back in my day, we didn't have any fucking, easy way out vegan shit. We didn't have a fucking safety blanket to put on you and say, oh, here's your Impossible Whopper pussy.
You sound like
I went to a
John
restaurant and I asked for beans. That's what we had. And you know what? I was happy with it. And
back in my day, we had to drag our balls through a mile of glass to get to school, and we liked it.
We have all these sissy ass options now, like the Impossible Boy. You can go to fucking Taco Cabana and get fucking Beyond Meat now. And the fucking thing is back in my day, the only fucking vegan options you had was drinking your own smeg.
Remember whenever we were hanging out with like Brody and Chris before the Craig Johnson Bowl Jam, and we went to Chewy's Tex-Mex.
Mexican food is the easiest though because everything's like veggie based.
Because like Chris, he's like 15 and he has his mom gave him a $50 Chewy's gift card, and she said, yeah, they have vegan options, and we went there and all we ate was like handfuls of guacamole and like
I drank guacamole out of a straw that day.
Yeah, I think Brody and I like bird fed tortilla chips to each other. That was insane. I like that.
Is Chris is the one that's doing the
No. It's a different Chris. He's like a skater kid.
Who's the one that's doing the GoFundMe for a documentary?
That's Chris Rissler.
That's Olin's sworn enemy.
Does that need a GoFundMe to do for that much money?
I don't know.
Well, we'll see. Is it your sworn enemy for real?
It's like, no, I just kind of clown on him a lot.
Right.
He's kind of fun to clown.
Olin's just an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, really and truly.
I'm a dickhead.
If you get down to it, Olin's an asshole.
Yeah, I'm
like,
a straight asshole.
Y'all are so, like, what's funny is, like, y'all so aren't, and it's funny, like, even you were talking, we talked about this the other day, like, y'all getting clowned on the hardcore page, like, legitimately, post, like, Sworn to Fun era, like, that page was so mean to fucking everybody, and I'm like, dude, it's so nice now. Like, back then, there would be some kid that would be like, he didn't really know, like, what hardcore was. He'd be just like, hey, I'm playing a show with Gideon this Friday. And everyone would be like, go fucking kill yourself.
But see, I feel like something like that warrants clowning. Like, if you get some random jabroni.
Not if you don't know. Not if
and
you're,
he's like, yeah, I'm playing with the fucking ghost inside. Like, yeah.
Not if you don't know, though. Like, if you really don't know people, like, some people will be like, hey, man, that's actually, you might be more suited here or there. But everyone's like, oh, dude, you dumb fuck. Dude, you literal incompetent deadweight. Fucking go play in traffic and take a shot of bleach, you fucking bitch.
We were, I think, on like Twitter.
You're disgusting. I hate you. Go kill yourself.
What happened on Twitter.com?
On Twitter.com, someone said like something like how I'm not like they were making fun of my header, like DFW hardcore's most clowned on.
Jimmy Green.
Yeah, and and yeah, like I changed it to I'm made fun of sometimes.
Dude, I laughed. I went, whenever I saw that.
Jimbo strikes again.
When you changed to I get made fun of sometimes, I went.
But like, Jesus Christ. But one of the jokes is that like I am DFW hardcore's most clowned on if you count how much Zane clowns on me. So like,
well, yeah, I mean, that's like. I don't know. It's if 90% of it's from the same person, then yeah.
I think it counts.
That's actually what I commented on because I was like, dude, yeah, the page was way worse back in the day. But I thought that was funny because you actually, a lot of people, we talk to Jimmy about this all the time about how people, God, I fucking stop vibing. How I fucking people take that really bad usually, and if they get actually mad, it's so weird. But you actually do a really good job of just going with it. But I did want
chilling, honestly.
So something happened where you, for a short period of time, deactivated your Twitter. But before you did it, dude, it showed me that you had blocked me. And you know me, I know you had blocked me, dude.
I didn't block you.
You totally, it literally said you, before you deleted the Twitter, it said this user has blocked you. It didn't say this is unavailable. It said this user's blocked you. So I think you didn't know who I was, and you blocked me because I said some dumb shit. Dude, you blocked me, dog.
Totally didn't, because like right after I activated my Twitter again, you followed me.
I tried to. No, you followed me.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, after I tried to follow you and you had me blocked.
I didn't fucking block you, dude, I swear.
You literally had me blocked. And you had went in there and you unblocked me and then followed me. And I was like, oh!
I barely even know how Twitter works. I'm going to be honest with you.
Dude, I'll check and see who's unfollowed me. And I always wonder, what was the final thing that they were reading? And they were like, you know, fuck this guy. Like, I can't
your wallpaper's like a pepper.
But I wonder who was just reading some shitty joke I made on Twitter at some point, and they're like, I've seen this shit enough. Fuck this guy, and took action.
It's me.
Dude,
I text you and I say, Pat, shut the fuck up.
And I think in Link's world, I'm like the final straw to where, like, I was like, yeah, I'm going to make my own vibing group. Was like, I posted, hello?
Yeah.
And, like, everyone said, like, when is this kid going to get fucking banned? Like, get this little prick banned right now.
See, the thing is that sometimes what Olan would say there is funny, but other times, like, there'd be like 5 posts a day, likes. And then one time he just like posted DFW hardcore shit post page. Like,
listen, man, he's just finding his voice. He's just a young child finding his comedic voice.
He's finding his voice while it's cracking on this podcast.
Are you not gonna let me vibe or something? Huh?
I mean,
we're not here to vibe. We wait until it's the
we have a whole group. We have a whole fucking fest for that now. Which, like, I made the mistake of being like, "Yo, comment what bands you want to see," and then it was like 1,000 people like, Yo, we need rappers, we need DJs, we need exotic dancers on this. We're gonna make this the biggest show that's ever happened in DFW hardcore.
Dude,
it's gonna be the
exotic.
biggest, most accompanying thing.
Exotic dancers at Cab.
It's hard to go up against because my friend Marlon does a lot of those fests like that, and he and his are very diverse and do really well. So I mean, if Vibe Fest goes off, that's great. Put Township on it. We'll fly in Corel.
Nah, man.
No, I'm good.
We're fucking taking down Marlin Palooza.
Yeah.
No, don't say that.
Coming after you.
Don't say that.
We're coming after you, Vibe Fest 2019.
Apathetic
We're gonna
podcast.
beat the shit out of everyone else.
The views of Apathetic podcasts are not matched by these children. Sorry.
We're gonna have a pathetic podcast do a live podcast at Vibe Fest.
I think I'm down to do it at Marloween, but not. I won't. I'm not coming to Vibe.
Why?
If you had thought,
Why?
If you had maybe turned down the vibage on this podcast, then I would have fucking thought about it. But the whole time you've been vibing, I'm talking, you're like, and then Zane's like, anyway, coming from Washington, and, I'm just like, God.
Zane's also completely drank the sriracha, and he's moved on to one of the other ones. Which
Dude,
one
you're
do you
gonna.
have?
Jalapeno and ghost pepper. I'm gonna be shitting by the end.
I was about to say there was
You're gonna have a really bad time later on.
I ate this really.
Have a bad time.
Look, I'm about to not have a gallbladder, and I'm about to not be able to enjoy shit.
Oh wait, I
like
thought
this
you already had
anymore.
it removed.
No, okay, I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, I
And
thought
I-
it was the wrong day too.
I was told come in this day, and I was like, this is a surgery. It was just a pre-op. They were like, yeah, your surgery's on October 8th. So all the proceeds from YouTube monetization from this video are going to
There's no monetization.
Yeah,
I've
we don't
watched
make
like
any
eight
money doing it.
Zane's
podcasts.
gallbladder fund.
Even if we have monetization, I'm not
Fuck you.
giving you anything, man.
We're doing a benefit show. Vibe Fest 2019 is a benefit for my gallbladder.
Actually, that shit's canceled. Your gallbladder's canceled. Get it the fuck out of there.
Dude, man, there's so much going on right now.
No, this is a really great podcast, man. I really enjoyed all of this. This has just been really solid. I'm sure that the listeners are super stoked on this one. Like, this is sick.
Dude, this shit's been such a fucking train wreck. But,
You're the one that allowed it to happen.
That's true.
You
This
brought
is your
both-
fault, Pat.
You
Dude.
brought both Zane and I on
From
this.
now on, checking IDs. Because, dude, at first I wanted Cedric to come on because I know Cedric was just going to shit on you the entire time.
Yeah, I feel like Zane and I, we're probably better one at a time and not both. Because, like, the whole time it's just him.
Although I have enjoyed watching Zane drink this shit. It's been pretty entertaining.
Yeah, he's on a bit of a mission now.
This one's not squeezing out that well, so I kind of feel like I gotta do
Here,
like
you want some of this one?
some.
I didn't know. Really, I didn't know we were going to fuck up the whole box on this podcast. The great thing is you can buy all these at pretty much any store. But
Shout out
Yellowbirds.
Yellowbird.
I haven't seen him at Target.
But I feel like I'm in
Maybe it
a
might be a
metal
target.
band with the way I'm squeezing this because I'm just like.
All right. Well,
Don't fucking do it.
before the after effects of the hot sauce kick in for Zane, let's go ahead and you motherfuckers plug your Twitters so that everybody can follow you and
At Olan on Instagram and Twitter.
listen to your amazing jokes.
You spell Olan, O-L-A-N, by the way.
Pronounce Olan.
P-O-O-A-S-S-O-L-A-N. Both Twitter and Instagram. I'm fucking hilarious.
At
I'm dying.
ZANEXDANIEL.
XANE.
I do. This ghost pepper is fucking with my throat. I do photography, so if you want to
crying.
give me your money, I'll take your photos.
Hey, his pictures are actually good. There's a serious moment there.
Yeah,
There's some
they're
nice
good.
little
They're
set.
good.
Thank you.
Give me your money and I'll take photos with my phone.
Thank you.
I got the Google Pixel. People have been asking what kind of DSLR I use. I got a Google Pixel.
I can't wait till it becomes like how shooting with film cameras is like become a very cool thing, and I can't wait till like using a Nokia brick phone with like the worst camera ever becomes like an art form. So the podcast Twitter is at Podpathetic, but more importantly, I need you to follow
Unscented
at
glad bag.
Scented
Unscented
glad.
glad bag.
He said scented glad bag, so now I'm going to say unscented glad bag.
Follow at Scented Glad Bag on Twitter.com. Anyway, what's the YouTube?
YouTube is Apathetic Podcast. We're on Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud,
Oh, you're on
iTunes. We're all the audio formats. It's all Apathetic
We're
Podcast.
Grinder.
Also Grinder. For sure, we're on Grinder.
I didn't know you were on Spotify.
We are on Spotify.
We're on
That's
all.
insane.
We're everywhere. But
I just thought y'all were on SoundCloud. I downloaded SoundCloud to listen to you guys.
Well, now you can listen on Spotify.
I'm gonna
There you
delete
go.
SoundCloud.
You can listen to all
Do
my
it.
shitty old demos on SoundCloud at Super Duper Patrick Looper.
You know what ad I really hope plays on this video?
There's
before-
not gonna be any ads.
Facts.
Well, if there was one in a hypothetical world, I'd really hope that it would start out with "Let's play Raid Shadow Legends."
Hey, you know what? I don't see those ads because I'm a grown up and I pay for YouTube Premium.
That's insane.
Pornhub Premium.
Thank you so much for bearing with us today. We're really sorry that we've done this to you.
I did
This whole
try.
podcast is gonna be scrapped.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do I'm gonna hire lookalikes for y'all, and I'm gonna redo this whole thing. Where you guys are like, yeah. So anyway, I'm really into this music for this reason, and then I'm gonna bring back this sauces, and they'll be like, oh, that was a nice little try of that. I'm glad I got to try that. They were just like, that was good. But, anyway,
Thanks again for bearing with
thanks
us.
for being
Dude,
with
this
us.
shit's like
Follow
almost
Scented Gladbag on Twitter.com. Follow us on everything else. And 90 fucking 90.
9090.